In the last video, we talked about Ezra's very controversial decision to tell the people they had to cast off their non-Jewish wives when they came back into Israel and were getting ready to rebuild the second temple. On Daf 4 of Shekalim, we get another very controversial decision of Ezra's, in which he decided that they would not take any donations whatsoever from other nations in order to build the temple. So you had a very interesting scenario. You had other peoples, in specific the Samaritans, who were there in the land of Israel at the time the Jews are coming back, and they're saying, wow, you're building a temple to God. Well, we also believe in God, and we also have a lot of respect for this. Let us contribute to the building of this temple. We want to be part of this too. And Ezra said, absolutely no, you cannot have any part in this project, which was a decision that created a lot of tension amongst these nations who are sharing this land. But his reasoning was as follows. His reasoning was that we need this to be something that is ours, that is something that we are putting together, and it is our temple, our devotion to our God. Once we start taking from other people who have different perspectives, even if they overall kind of have a general feeling of their relationship to God that might be somewhat similar, it's not exactly the same. And so if we're taking those donations, they're going to want to say in how this temple is run. And what we have is going to get completely watered down. For our devotion to remain pure, it needs to be unique to us and exclusive to us. Now, this is something that gets discussed all the time now in modern Jerusalem, because you still have a very strict religious population, of which I consider myself a member, but you also have all kinds of other people with varying degrees of religiosity amongst the Jewish people. And even more importantly, you've got a ton of non-Jews who also feel a strong connection to Jerusalem and also feel a strong connection to God, and some would say, is it the same God? Is it a different God? But generally amongst the dialogue between, for instance, the Jews and the Christians, there's an understanding that in general we're talking about the same God. The Christians in general worship the same God as the Jews, even though there are some very, very big differences in theology. And so there are a number of Christian groups who want to give money to projects in Jerusalem. And there's a real division amongst the Jews whether this money should be taken because it can help us. It can help us build Jerusalem faster. It can help the hungry amongst our people. It can help do all kinds of great things. And those who feel that, no, like Ezra said, we need to make sure that we keep our faith very, very pure and very exclusive to us. And therefore, if we're going to do a project like building a temple, or even building a synagogue, some would say, we want to be careful about where we take money from. And this is constantly debated amongst those who, there are many, many generous Christians out there who are very Zionistic, who really believe in Israel, who want to support Israel. In fact, I had this bizarre experience when we were just in South Africa. We had an Uber driver, and these Uber drivers, a lot of these guys in South Africa, they did not have a lot. By no means were these people wealthy. And this Uber driver was telling us when he gets a little bit extra money, he likes to send it to Israel. Very devout Christian, likes to send money to Israel. And it's like, we admire that. We admire the fact that he has devotion, that his connection to Israel, that he wants to support the Jewish people. I wound up giving him a copy of one of my Age of Prophecy books and telling him because he really enjoyed reading about the Bible. But it's a real question amongst the Jews. Like, do you accept outside money or do you not? When you accept money from somebody, are there always conditions attached? Some would say yes, that the money always has some conditions attached to it. Others would say, no, look, money is money. They give me the money without condition, and they would try to put conditions on later. Tough, I'm not going to listen. But Ezra was of that sense that yes, help comes with a certain amount of conditions, and therefore we should be very careful and shouldn't be saying yes too easily, and certainly when it came to the temple at all, to outside money.